Hey guys, I'm back to show you how to actually do the install of your cab courtesy lights underneath. I did them on both sides. And then I also have the logo light in the door. So first thing is to get that logo in the door. There are 3 bolts you have to take out. 2 in this handle in here, which just pops out. I'm not going to actually do any of this because if you can't follow what I'm saying, you probably shouldn't be doing the job yourself. There's also a 3rd bolt right under here, and that's 10 millimeter. Those are the 3 bolts. Then you have to pop off the unlock, whatever you want to call it here. You just pull that tab out and it'll pull right up. And then you have to pop this off right here. And there's 3 clips behind it. And then there's a whole bunch of door clips back behind the door. And it'll just pull straight out. Be careful with it. You do it too many times, you'll start breaking those clips. So try not to make any mistakes. Let's see underneath. So where that light is under here, see if you can see it. With the kit you buy, I got it from Sun2Fly. Let me see if I have the box actually. Yep. Sun2Lee, sorry. They'll give you a hole saw. So you just use a drill and drill the hole. The LED or the light portion goes up through the back, and then on the top you screw 2 rings on once you have it in place. I advise hooking a battery up or something to it first so you know that the logo is how you want to see it on the ground. Like I said before in my last video, you're going to have to run all the wires through this tube right here. So let me see if I remember how to get this off. Yeah, so on the front door, right here where you see these tabs, if you pull it back a little bit, you're not going to be able to see it, but there's just 2 tabs on each side. Stick a flathead screwdriver right through there, push on the tab, pop, comes off on both sides right here. Once you've done that, you can finagle it, and I used a piece of copper wire and pushed it straight through with the wire I was gonna run from the LED here to the inside of the cab. Electrical tape around the copper wire and those wires, and just fed them straight through. Make sure when you're wiring your LED light, you have the positive side to the positive side, negative to negative, and the same when you go to do the dash inside, because at that, obviously with LEDs, you can't switch the polarity, as you should know. Okay, now I'm coming under here. Let's see if I can get this off. This is my fuse, so I'm going to unplug the fuse for a second so we don't have all this light shining in the camera. So that's the fuse I put in. I think it was like $6 from Tractor Supply. So I ran all the hot from all the doors and all the underdash LEDs. I'll show you the other side in a second how I did. Let's swing my finger up here across the bottom. To this fuse before it goes to the hot side on the car. And I'll show you how to hot wire into the map lights. So I couldn't find a good video on YouTube doing this, so this might be helpful for some of you. Let's see if I can get it off again. I think it's up top on both sides you have to get. There we go. Okay. So that is that box. I'm going to walk you in so you know exactly where it is. And it's up in the front left behind your emergency brake. And then, this is my hot right here. Let's see if I can trace it back for you. Going in, and if you're looking at this box right here, I'll go slow. It's not in the red. It's not in the green connector. It's in the black connector. So 1, 2, 3, 3rd connector up. It's the 2nd connector down. It's black and it's on the right side. And then you hook into the gray wire. And I believe it is all the way to the right on the number 8 pin. So all the way to the right, it's the gray wire in the black connector. And if you see, that blue thing is a clamp-on connector. So I clamped onto the wire going in there, the gray wire, and my hot wire right here. So that all I had to do was put pliers in and clamp around both of them, and bam, we have power. And I left the fuse out until I had done that. Now, I do regret doing it this way, but originally I thought I was going to tie into a fuse over here. So I just wired it into a ground right here. Pretty much on any of these connectors, like if you see a fat black cable coming out, that's going to be a ground. So I just chose this ground, and that's my ground. And that's for all 6 lights, because I have LED in this light, the other 3 doors, and then under both sides of the dash. So I'm going to pop these back on real quick, and I'll walk to the other side. Actually, let's stay here for a second. So, to wire all the doors, now, let me take 1 second and just put my stuff back down there. Let's see. Put this back on. Fuse back in. They got light again. Push it down in. Okay. So, to run the wires, you're gonna just popping these up. Pretty easy. 3 clips. Be careful though, you don't want to break these things. Like the same as the door. And then here's the wire that runs from the back door forward. You're gonna want to just pop this off too right here, and there's just 2 clips top and bottom, I believe. There might be one on the inside too, but I think it's just the 2. On the other side, I'm pretty sure it's just the 2. And that's where you're going to tie this wire coming from the front door to your wire going to your rear door. Remember to keep positive and negative. The polarity is the same from every door, because it will not work if you mess that up. So I haven't drilled the holes on the rear doors yet, but I've already ran the wires from here, from the rear door, up the front, okay? Now this one is a little bit different. On the door side, to pull it off, all you really have to do is squeeze down and out. You really just have to finagle it. There's no clip or anything holding it in place. On this side, you have to peel this outer ring back, and I'm not going to do it because it's a pain to take off. You basically peel it back off. Getting it back on is not easy either. You kind of have to look at it for a second. And then there's a connector with 4 tabs all the way around. Now be careful, use a small flathead and push those tabs, I want to say, in towards the center from every direction, and just shimmy it out and it will come out, okay? Same thing, rod, copper wire, feed it through with the electrical tape around it so you can get the wires. And then you have this column off, and just feed that wire all the way forward, and you can basically hook them all the wires in with whatever kind of electrical connection you would like to use. Let's see, I think I used mostly, I don't know if I have any of them left in here. Yep. But anyway, the process is the same on the other side, pretty much. Let's see if I can get this back in. Should hear it. Oh, well. See, if you do it the wrong way, it won't clip in right. Doing it with one hand is not as easy. Let's see. I'm gonna put the phone down for a second so I can see what I'm clipping. Let's see. Right, and we're back in. Now, for the other side, these are the 2 wires coming across from the 3 LEDs on the other passenger sides. So same thing in the rear. Through this for the rear door. This has the 4 little tabs that you have to push in to pull this connector off. This here is basically just a squeeze and pull out. It's not going to be as easy to say, but with a little finagling. This is going to have to come up. The column's going to come up. That front was going to come up, and then the front pillar also will come up. They all have the clips on the back. Be careful, they will break. Same thing on the passenger door, except this is the same as the driver's side door. Stick this flathead screwdriver into the tab and it'll pop off on each side, right where the tab, right here, on each side. If you get one side, they'll both generally just slide out. Column will be out, floor panel will be out, this column will be out. There's just 2 clips, which clip it in place. Let's see if I can get any of the lights under here. So there's the hot from the LED, which you can't see. I mean, just because I have the angle. Behind the pillar, I have the 3 LEDs from our right side all tied together and 1 wire going across behind the carpet to the driver's side where I hook them all in. And then to the fuse that I put in. And then it's clamped on to the map dome light wire, which I showed you in the fuse panel under the driver emergency brake, like I showed you earlier. I hope this helps you, some of you guys, get your cool lights in. Like the video, leave some comments if you have questions. Alright.